remind you that this afternoon's program will begin here in about 3 minutes, so please take a seat. And once again, thank you very much for joining us at the main forum. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2025 Net Zero City Leader Summit Main Forum. The Net Zero Summit promotes innovative governance and international city collaboration towards the 2050 net zero emissions goal. And this year's forum features a plenary session, namely this main forum, and 3 parallel forums focusing on 3 different topics: energy transition, AI-driven solutions, and climate adaptation, creating a leading platform for global city collaboration and knowledge exchange. And ladies and gentlemen, it is my tremendous honor to kick off this main forum by inviting Kong-Min Shin, Secretary General, Executive Yuan, to give a welcome speech. 我们首先邀请的是行政院秘书长龚明鑫，龚秘书长为我们致辞，欢迎秘书长上台，欢迎。
好，谢谢今天真的非常高兴我们在座有高副主委主办单位，还有远道而来的ICLEI 的秘书长 Genova 北景，欢迎你 ，Welcome。那还有在座的 各位先进，大家午安，大家好。
好，
那今天真的非常高兴，可以来参加我们第3届近邻城市国际的峰会。这第3届事实上我也参加了第3次，前2次我也都有参加。那真的非常高兴，因为我很想来这个，因为我们都知道说，这一个的近邻城市展事实上是跟1楼的智慧城市展是一个联展，每一年的3月份都会举办。那这样的展览呢，事实上，在台湾来讲的话，除了 Computex 之外，应该算是最大的展览。每一年大概都有100多个城市来参加这样的一个展览。那今年大概有59个国家，大概138个城市，2800多位的外宾来共同来参加见证，台湾的或是全世界的智慧城市发展的状况或近邻城市的进展。那所以我觉得非常高兴。那今天来，事实上我提早了半个小时来，我有去会场看了一下，哇，这个踊跃度事实上比去年要好的非常多。那也逐渐就是说近邻城市的展的发展方向逐渐在成型。那事实上这样的展览也见证了台湾在产业发展上的一个转型。我想过去台湾的产业比较着重在零组件的一些或者是代工的一些发展方案的制造，慢慢的呢，我们变成了一个系统性的发展。那现在更进到了一个 solution 或者是问题的解决方案出来。不管是智慧城市也好，近邻城市也好，都是我们要解决问题，不是说你的能力只是做一个 part 就能够解决的，不是的。所以要加上呢，除了硬体之外，还有软体跟系统上的一些设计。那我们从这几年看到，不管是这个智慧城市也好，或近邻城市，也看到了这样的雏形。那也欢迎全世界各国的友好朋友来这边共同参与这样的一个发展。那同时呢，每一年我们也见证了，就是说台湾事实上在近邻目标上的坚持跟努力。那尤其是2024年就是我们总统赖总统上任以后也就是在总统府里面成立了国家气候变迁对策的委员会。那总统自己担任召集人，显见台湾对于这个因应气候变迁也好，或近邻的目标是非常非常的一个重视甚至于我们在这个自愿贡献的这个减量的目标事实上更积极的在2035年的时候希望可以减碳大概38%加减2这相对于2005年的比例上来讲那我想国家气候变迁对策委员会的成立也有另外一个意涵除了在近邻目标的发展之外更重要的是我们还要有一个调试上的功能面对气候变迁的时候，我们怎么样增加我们的韧性等等一些情况。那刚好刚刚提到的这几个主题跟我们今天3个刚刚主持人有特别提到3个主轴，事实上是相呼应的比如说第一个来讲，城市能源管理的部分也是分论坛一个很重要的重点同时间刚好这个高副主委早上也帮忙颁发了这个城市能源转型奖那这个就是可以从一个城市里面看你的能源转型的能力跟控制的能力。那第二个主题是有关于 AI 赋能城市的永续那非常的符合我们这一次的智慧城市跟近邻城市双轴的转型利用 AI 的能量呢，近邻的这个智慧城市的能量来辅助我们 这个近邻城市的完成，智慧城市跟近邻城市的双轴发展。那第三个就是有关于城市气候的这个调试，那这个也就是我刚才特别提到的就是说面临未来的这个整个气候变迁，事实上在全世界也好我们都可以看到，就是说不管是天候的变化也好，或是大雨啊，或者是干旱啊，事实上都频繁的发生那甚至于还有各地有一些龙卷风、台风，那事实上都造成了一个伤害。那作为这个韧性的国家的韧性的防线的第一步是城市，所以怎么样提高我们城市的韧性，我想这个是非常重要的一个议题。那刚好我们今天的主题也有这样的一个设计所以从这个整个趋势的发展跟这样的设计来讲的话，我们对于整个将来在不管是智慧城市跟近邻城市的目标上，我们又往前迈进了一步。那我想大家都是在这个路上共同的朋友、共同的见证者，所以我在这边也要特别欢迎跟感谢大家一起来参加这样的盛会那最后我还是要预祝我们这样的一个展览可以顺利圆满成功，那大家身体健康，幸福满满，谢谢各位。
谢谢龚秘书长，请您在台上留步来参加我们的合影跟留念。那我们现在来有请以下的贵宾跟我们一同上台来参加合影留念。Ladies and gentlemen, we now invite our guests of honors seated in the front row to please go on stage for group photo shooting. 我们邀请到的是国家发展委员会高仙桂副主委，欢迎高副主委上台。高仙桂 Deputy Minister National Development Council。 接下来欢迎到的是台北市电脑工会杜全昌总干事 Dr. Enoch Du Secretary General Taipei Computer Association Welcome。 接下来欢迎到的是国际地方政府永续发展理事会秘书长 Gino von Bergin Secretary General ICLEI Local Governments for Sustainability Welcome。 接下来我们欢迎到的是国立成功大学电机工程学系杨洪泽特聘教授 Dr. Hong Tze Yang Distinguished Professor Department of Electrical Engineering National Cheng Kung University Welcome。 接下来我们欢迎到的是政大外交系吴崇涵教授兼系主任 Dr. Charles Chonghan Wu Professor and Chair Department of Diplomacy National Chengchi University。 那最后我们欢迎到的是成功大学建筑学系林子平特聘教授 Dr. 子平林 Distinguished Professor Department of Architecture National Cheng Kung University。 好，那我们请我们台上的贵宾能够为我们望向前方。 So ladies and gentlemen, smile and please look towards our photographers right in front of you。 让我们呢来望向前方，望向我们前方的媒体摄影区。好 ，smile。 那我们接下来请我们台上的贵宾为我们举起您的右手的大拇指，来为我们比个赞。Now please give us a thumbs up to show your enthusiasm for the main forum. Say cheese, smile. 谢谢李晨，谢谢，请台上贵宾能够先行回座，谢谢台上所有贵宾。So now, ladies and gentlemen, with that, we conclude the photo shooting session, and we would like to ask 高副主委，我们请高副主委呢为我们留在台上。高副主委等一下要为我们接续的是进行开场的引言，所以我们来请高副主委先留在台上，接续进行我们的开场活动。那我们接下来要进行的是论坛的演讲环节，我们邀请到的是高仙桂副主委进行开场引言。And ladies and gentlemen, moving on to the next highlight of the main forum, it is my distinct honor to invite Deputy Minister Cao to give an opening speech. 我们有请高副主委。
好，与会的各位贵宾，大家午安，大家好。那我首先呢，代表主办单位国发会，对所有参与这一次论坛的海内外的这个贵宾，还特别是呢那个 Ing-wen 这个秘书长， 然后表达我诚挚的感谢跟欢迎之意。那我想我们这一次呢，我们近邻城市展举办呢，汇集了很多国内外的贵宾。那我想我们最重要的目的呢，我就是想要让全世界还有国人呢，其实呢知道呢政府在近邻转型里面的积极的作为，同时呢也希望呢全世界跟国人也可以看到呢，台湾呢在智慧跟近邻解决方案里面系统整合的软硬整合的实力。那我想基本上呢，大家都知道说因为我们在这次的这个近邻城市展里面呢，我们有一个叫做国家近邻馆。那里面呢，其实刚才就有秘书长所讲的呢，其实呢，赖总统就任以后呢，其实我们就成立了气候变迁因应委员会。那在今年的1月呢，其实呢，我们就提出了一个所谓台湾的总体减碳的行动计划。那在这个行动计划里面呢，我们为了接轨国际，台湾提出了2030跟2035的减碳目标，而且我们也拟定了6大部门的减碳行动计划，还有6大的制度创新的支持措施，来展现台湾迈向2050近邻转型的决心。那同时呢，我们在这个会场里面呢，我们有很多我们台湾的龙头的高科技厂商也展现了他们作为在近邻城市里面的各项的智慧解决的方案。那我想大家都知道，智慧解决方案一定是必须要落地在城市，以城市作为最主要的试炼场域。所以你可以看到，台湾几乎所有的县市，尤其是6都，他们都已经拟定了，为了配合整体的2050的减碳目标，他们都拟定了所谓的自治条例，也就是把减碳的路径跟目标其实都入法了。同时呢，各个城市也全部都根据它各项的施政，包括人员转型、运输、一些相关的公共治理、安防等等的，他们都有一些低碳的实验区。也就是说，其实呢，台湾各个城市呢，在近邻转型里面呢，其实已经展现了非常具体的成果。那当然呢，我觉得近邻转型的路呢，是要一步一步的往前迈进。所以，就我们来很重要的事情，就是我们希望透由国际合作跟国际交流，我们希望呢，来自于全球各地的这些城市的代表，能给我们更宝贵跟往前进的一个经验。所以呢，我们这次呢，非常非常荣幸的呢，我们邀请到的 ICLEI 的秘书长Ing-wen 来给我们做专题演讲。那ICLEI 呢是一个它的中文名字是地方政府的永续发展理事会。那它是一个全球性的这些地方政府的组织。那它刚刚开始成立的时候，会员国是有1990年有200个会员地方政府的会员国发起。那到目前为止呢，其实它参与的会员国已经到2500家，来自于125个国家。那特别说明，其实呢，在 Gino 理事长的捧墨之下，我们高雄也有据点，台湾有12个县市已经加入了 ICLEI 的这个组织哈。然后我想秘书长他在1990年这个组织成立的时候他就任职了，所以呢，其实他长期致力于地方政府呢采行数位科技跟创新模式来提升城市的效率。同时呢，秘书长也长期参与全球气候跟永续发展政策的推动。而且在联合国的气候的组织里面，他代表地方政府发声，促进地方政府跟国际机构的合作。那我想借由今天秘书长的这个演讲呢，我相信呢，可以让台湾经验呢跟国际的接轨，而且让台湾融入了全球气候治理的体系。然后呢，也可以提升台湾政府在国际气候跟永续行动的参与度跟影响力。 那除了今天的那个Gino 的专题演讲以外，我们也邀请到了杨洪哲、吴崇涵还有林子平的教授，然后分别就城市人员的管理、AI 富人城市的治理，还有城市气候调试的3个主题。我们邀请了来自于美洲、欧洲、亚洲等各个地区国家的城市代表与会。那我相信，借由今天的论坛，一定会让台湾更融入全球气候变迁的相关的体制，然后让台湾的曝光度增强，也让台湾城市迈向永续发展，走得更坚实的一步。好，那最后呢，我还是要代表主办单位，再次感谢所有参与这次论坛的海内外的城市代表跟贵宾，然后我预祝这次的论坛顺利圆满成功，大家事业顺利，身体健康，谢谢。
谢谢高副主委的引言，我们请副主委，请您先行回座。那我们今天的主论坛，我们将由地方政府永续发展理事会秘书长 Gino von Bergin 为我们带来精彩的演讲。So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let us give a very warm welcome to the keynote speaker of the main forum, Gino von Bergin, Secretary General, ICLEI, Local Governments for Sustainability.
Good afternoon, everyone. How are you doing? Are you good? Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests and esteemed colleagues. Secretary General of the Executive Huang, Mr. Kung, Deputy Minister Gao from the NDC. It is a real pleasure for me to stand in front of you here today and to speak about the urgent topic of local climate and sustainability actions. I would like to specifically highlight how our 12 members in Taiwan, which account for approximately 80% of the entire population here, are taking targeted climate action in their local communities, and how we here as ICLEI and our office here are supporting them in doing so. Ladies and gentlemen, we live in a rapidly changing world, and the importance of tackling the climate emergency has never been clearer than today. We see a rising of global temperatures, a urbanization at an unprecedented scale, and our cities are facing challenges that demand bold solutions. But these challenges also present us with a unique opportunity, an opportunity to rethink how we can design, build, and live in our cities. Their dense populations enable an efficient delivery of services, and the proximity fosters collaboration and innovation. By transforming our cities into hubs of sustainability, we can significantly reduce emissions and promote more resilient and sustainable communities. For the last 3 decades, ICLEI has worked with cities all over the world to foster their green transitions, also here in Taiwan since 2010. Why are cities key to achieve carbon neutrality? Today we are surpassing the 1.5 degrees global warming benchmark, according to the IPCC. The effects of climate change have become more frequent and extreme, and we all are experiencing it. Cities have a vital role to play in the concerted effort to achieve carbon neutrality as the world shifts towards an increasingly urban population, with more than half of the total population living today in urban centers. Moreover, estimates by the IPCC suggest that cities are responsible for 70% of greenhouse gas emissions worldwide, with transportation and energy consumption of buildings being among the main contributors. However, and despite this alarming reality, global solidarity around the need for urgent climate action has diminished, with a number of countries showing today and slowing down their commitment under the Paris Agreement process. This decade, however, is of crucial importance if we are to reach our global climate targets. Local and regional governments are therefore called upon to step up and take ambitious action within their own communities and fill the gaps that are left by some of our national governments. Creating sustainable, inclusive, and holistic changes within our localities create not only a direct impact on our citizens' daily lives, but also ensures that the global climate processes continue to move towards achieving the climate goals of the Paris Agreement. The road to carbon neutrality must include targeted plans across all sectors and reduce and avoid greenhouse gas emissions in these sectors. This includes developing cities that enhance life for their citizens and aim to improve their resilience and adaptive capabilities, creating sustainable, healthier, and more livable urban environments. How are cities leading the way? ICLEI helps to create holistic and integrated targets that contribute to a wide range of co-benefits, including improving social economical opportunities, reducing poverty and inequality, and improving the health of people and nature through what we call five different pathways. First, by addressing equitable development and the current systemic and historic causes of injustice, policymakers can see how climate action must address the diversity of local and regional conditions and the critical importance of addressing the distinct needs and challenges of each community. Equitable development is not only about fairness, considering the needs and limitations of low-income and marginalized groups, but it also helps to build stronger, more cohesive communities where every resident has a stake in the city's success. Cities must then take into consideration how their development can work towards achieving net zero emissions and climate neutrality across all sectors and infrastructure through integrated climate action. A zero emissions-based development must be considered in all aspects of urban planning, in transportation, in building our infrastructure, in our energy production and consumption, and in prioritizing a people-centered and just transition. This is possible and can be enabled through accessing blended finance and using innovative finance instruments to secure the necessary support and the necessary investments. Sustainable development must be focused also on nature, both in the restoration of our broken connection with nature and the planet, and the understanding that nature-based solutions are often the most effective and low-cost policies to acquire and achieve sustainable development. Ecosystems are the bedrock of our local economies and play a crucial role in supporting social integrity, well-being, and resilience of our communities. Economic well-being undoubtedly plays a vital role in everyone's health and well-being, though the impacts of consumption and waste generation are often overlooked. A circular development, therefore, and a transition to a circular development from our current linear economic model of take, make, and waste, and move to an economy where infrastructure, products, components, materials, and nutrients are maintained at their highest value for as long as possible in a loop perspective. This systemic approach supports a sustainable urban environment by minimizing resource consumption and waste production, whilst creating opportunities to unlock economic value and growth, increase our social equity and responsibility, and enhance the natural environment. Finally, urban development must recognize that the effects of climate change are already being felt, and we should incorporate resilience into the cities that we live in. A resilient development prevents, absorbs, and recovers from shocks, particularly those that are brought about by rapid environmental, technological, social, and demographic changes. Resilient development makes adaptation and risk prevention a core part of our municipal strategies and prepares us for new risks and impacts that we may face, taking into account the rights and needs of vulnerable sections of our society. Considering and implementing these 5 concepts in concert into city development and infrastructure lays a comprehensive framework for building sustainable cities. As an organization of more than 700 experts on the ground, ICLEI works alongside with local and regional governments in more than 2,500 jurisdictions around the world to anticipate and to respond to these complex challenges. We are doing this also here in Taiwan through our office and through the members that we have here in Taiwan. Capacity building is at the core of our ICLEI mission and work. We run around 350 projects every year around the world with a global sum of $100 million over 3 years, every 3 years. We support and enhance the skills, knowledge, and resources of our members and enable them to effectively tackle climate change and pursue carbon neutrality. One example here is the Kaohsiung Net Zero Academy, which offers public officials and private sector the opportunity to collaborate and advance on the net zero capacity and enhances the deep diving between city to city, through city to city learning. Moreover, we undertake global advocacy on behalf of our members and plays a vital and critical role in amplifying the voices of those local governments in the climate dialogues at global level. We engage with international institutions, policy frameworks, and funding mechanisms to help cities to navigate the complexities of climate action and support their efforts to achieve carbon neutrality locally. Also, we offer year-round engagement opportunities for cities to showcase their local climate work. Here in Taiwan, Kaohsiung, in the south of Taiwan, is a leading city that takes leadership now of the very first East Asian, Asia-Pacific climate-neutral city practice community with 15 cities around Taiwan in the Asia-Pacific. This community of practice is designed to build a powerful cohort of leading cities that will actively collaborate over the next 2 years from now, March, to December 2026. As part of the program, participating cities are engaging in a series of capacity building workshops and peer learning events, and I'm just at or come from Kaohsiung, where the first workshop is taking place as we speak. Finally, ICLEI helps cities to set measurable targets and frameworks so that they can track their progress. This includes measuring greenhouse gas emissions through greenhouse gas inventories and setting standardized methodologies for emission calculation, ensuring consistent reporting. Science-based targets allow cities to align with global goals while considering their local needs. In conclusion, tackling the climate emergency, which is a security, a social, economic, and an environmental crisis, requires an unprecedented, coherent action across all levels of government, all sectors of the economy, and all aspects of life. Cities play a vital role in this change as both major contributors to greenhouse gas emissions and hubs for innovation and human life. Cities have a unique responsibility and opportunity to lead the way in creating an equitable and holistic transition to climate neutrality. Our mission as ICLEI is to work with local and regional governments around the world to incorporate local needs into the global action that must take place in the face of climate change. By fostering peer-to-peer exchange, international advocacy, enhancing the skills and knowledge of cities and their leaders, and setting clear and measurable goals, we pave the way forward for all our members. I'm very grateful to our members here in Taiwan for the commitment and passion that you undertake in working with us on the climate emergency. If you are not yet a member of ICLEI, I cordially invite you to join our efforts and become a part of the ICLEI network. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you, Mr. Van Bergin. Please return to your seat. We thank you for sharing your most valuable insights with us. And ladies and gentlemen, with that, we conclude the 2025 Net Zero City Leaders Summit Main Forum. 各位长官、各位贵宾，我们今天下午的主论坛就到此圆满的落幕了。感谢各位贵宾的莅临指导。May I remind you that 3 parallel forums will begin in about half an hour, roughly at about 2:40 this afternoon, and their respective locations are City Management, City Energy Management, Meeting Room 701E. AI Empowering City Sustainability, Meeting Room 701F. And City Climate Adaptation, Meeting Room 701G. 再次提醒您，我们今天下午呢，从2点40分开始，我们将有3场分论坛将会同步的进行，请各位贵宾也可以利用我们馆内的电梯或者是我们的手扶梯，尽速的前往7楼的会场来参加我们的分论坛活动。那同时也提醒您，我们分论坛的场地为城市能源管理分论坛701E会议室 ，AI 赋能城市永续分论坛701F 会议室。那最后我们有城市气候调试分论坛是701G 会议室，也提醒您，在你离开会场之际，也不要忘记归还您的同步口译的收听器。再次的感谢大家今天下午的与会，那我们大家在分论坛再见，谢谢。And with that, we conclude this afternoon's main forum, and we wish you a fruitful participation at this year's 2025 Smart City and Net Zero City Expo as well as Summit. Thank you, and we will see you at our parallel forums.